Look at this. Look at this right here. Life, it's so beautiful. It's expanding. It's a lot of wonders that we're all missing. And we all forget that 65 million years ago, dinosaurs used to roam these lands. Dinosaurs of all types. Brachiosauruses, Tyrannosaurus rexes, and even pterodactyls in the sky. But sometimes I beg to wonder, what if the meteorite that killed all those dinosaurs 65 million years ago, what if it missed? Good morning to all my favorite subscribers on YouTube and all of my fellow followers on Instagram. Happy Pixar playlist. Today is the Pixar playlist Tuesday, on the Pixar playlist on Tuesday, and today I'll be giving you my review on The Good Dinosaur. Before we begin, if you are new to this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, or if you're new to this playlist, do the same thing as well. Whether you've been following this Pixar playlist in the beginning or following this channel or just new to the whole channel in general, don't forget to like that bell, subscribe, click that bell to keep up with every notification that's yet to come, and leave a comment if you have anything to say on what I'm talking about. But most importantly, watch. Let's get it started. Now, luckily for young Arlo, his parents, played by Jeffrey Wright and Frances McDormand, and his two siblings, Buck and Libby, the mighty dinosaurs were not wiped out 65 million years ago like we all know them to be. But when a rainstorm washes poor Arlo downriver, he ends up bruised, battered, beaten up, and miles away from home. Good fortune shines on the frightened dino when he meets Spot, a Neanderthal boy, a caveman boy, who offers his help and friendship. Together, this unlikely duo embark on an epic adventure to reunite Arlo with his beloved family and, unfortunately, Spot with his own family as well. Now, between Cars, Brave, and The Good Dinosaur, these three Pixar films in particular, have had a very conventional style to it. They've taken place in the forest or out in the wild or in the nature somewhere. But The Good Dinosaur is the most campy of the three. The landscape of the forest and most of the land feels more realistic than ever before, with the attention to detail with practically every object in each shot in the land. From the rocks, the rivers, the trees, the critters as they call them, and of course, those signature Pixar animation clouds. I feel that The Good Dinosaur, now some of you may get mad at this if you didn't like this movie, but this is an underrated film in the Pixar canon, mostly due to the shortage of characters and settings and just how little this movie gets brought up when a person thinks of Pixar, of the Pixar movies. Even though this movie might feel like it has a limited atmosphere like Up, the message cannot and should not be overlooked. The Good Dinosaur is about overcoming fear to see the beauty on the other side. This does not just speak in the context of the story, but in life also. Because, fear, sometimes your fear can hold you back. But a lot of people tend to correlate bravery to fearlessness. Like if a person accomplishes a task that anybody would be afraid of, that they're all of a suddenly fearless. Just because a person is brave doesn't mean they're not scared. And the audience is given a better explanation to this. Although it is okay to be scared, some of y'all have been told otherwise, but it is okay to be scared. When you let that thing that you are afraid of hold you back, it can't keep you from reaching your mark. They literally chased after this one goal throughout the movie, with having the central dinosaur, Arlo, going after something much bigger than he could handle. But for each of the three kids in this movie, it's like the smaller you are, the bigger the impossible task you must accomplish. Despite being one of the few Pixar films with a small cast of characters, there are a number of characters that each add a different layer to Arlo. Just like the average Pixar protagonist, Arlo must go through a journey of self-potential and self-discovery. When he literally goes on a journey across the mountains and the valleys, we're in for something huge. In the beginning, we meet Arlo, who is the youngest of the two siblings, Buck and Libby. He does not really make any accomplishments while he's on the farm because, again, fear holds him back. But according to his father, he must accomplish something big. That's what he told to all of his kids. and this tells the audience what he's about to get in, but it is something outside of his comfort zone. This is further tested when we see Arlo meet Spot, because originally there was a critter going in their food and he had to catch this critter. And this critter happened to be one of the few humans, one of the few Homo sapiens left in this time, in this alternate timeline. But Arlo believes that Spot is responsible for his father's death, even though his death was caused by a landslide. He becomes feared of Spot, but gets led into more types of fear factors, like trying to survive in the presence of other critters, starving, the elements, and so forth. When we all thought that Arlo's kind would be the only type of dinosaur we would see in the movie, he comes across 3 types of dinosaurs that help him to become more courageous throughout as we go further. The pet collecting Triceratops, who only serves as cringe comic relief, helps give Spot his name, because when he needs him, he will need to know his name. And luckily, it's not one of the names this Triceratops gives him. The pterodactyl may be one of the villains of the film, but Thunderclap's story about going through the storm, this is a metaphor for how much facing your fear will pay off and when you see daylight on the other side of that dark cloud. Finally, when Arlo meets the most notorious dinosaurs in history, the T-Rexes family, the galloping T-Rexes who don't even run like the T-Rexes you see in Jurassic Park. They just gallop like horses because it's in the Western. Not only does he go on one of the most dangerous parts of his journey trying to catch a herd, but he gets a perfect and straightforward explanation of what it means to overcome your fear. Butch the T-Rex explains this in a very Sam Elliott fashion. He says, "Can't outrun fear. It's like Mother Nature. You can't go around it or away from it. The only way to go through it is to get what lies ahead." The Good Dinosaur currently, to this day, holds a Rotten Tomato score of 76% fresh. The Good Dinosaur features one of the best what-if scenarios ever, with its surreal animation, strong characters, a beautiful story, and a valuable lesson about overcoming your fear and fighting for survival. And this isn't the type of fighting for survival like you saw in WALL-E. This is a different type of survival, like you're on your own type of survival. So I will give it 8 SOs out of 10. And that's the end. Now, this is the end review. That is my review on The Good Dinosaur. But I just want to say something else. I know most of my reviews happen to fall in the 80s or 90s somewhere. Sometimes we all critique, like for some of these people who aspire to be film critics, sometimes you'll talk about a movie or rate a movie based off of how much you love it. And sometimes you'll rate it based off of the type of score it deserves. I do that sometimes. Sometimes I'll give a movie a score based off of what it deserves, or sometimes I'll give it a score based off of how much I favor it. Sometimes a little bit of both. But that's just me. I don't know if that's anybody else that aspires to be a film critic, but that's just me. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. I'll see you guys tomorrow with my review on Way Back Wednesday. My in-between throwback review on Way Back Wednesday. Peace out.